feeling? And we'd go, fantastic, terrific, great, oh yeah, strong juice, baby sucker, I feel wonderful, right on, right on, right on, juice, 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 juice. I feel great. Ooh, wah, wah, let's kick some ass, kick some ass. Who's number one? We are. Who's number two? Who gives a fuck?
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Toxic Tears. We are on episode 31. 31. And joining me for the first time ever is my beautiful daughter, Jess. Say hi, Jess.
Hi.
You look terrified. You look absolutely terrified. So Jessica's been wanting to do this for a while. Wanted to find out something that she would be interested in. And so we talked and she picked SCPs. I have also touched on these through Papa Meat, who's a famous YouTuber. He does episodes on it, and I've also did some research, and it's really cool. The X-Files theme is appropriate. These are creatures and stories made up by just normal people on the internet, which is really, really cool. And we're going to be talking about all of that coming up shortly. So, welcome. Remember, we're a ranking channel, not a review channel. And let's talk about some stuff let's get some housekeeping done. Jessica, you okay? You still good?
Yeah.
You're going to be fantastic. This is part 1 of 2. So we're going to do we actually found 50 that we liked. So we're going to do the first 25, and then the next episode, about a month or so, we'll do the following 25. And we picked some pretty cool ones, right, Jessica? I think we picked some pretty cool ones.
Yeah.
First, our disclaimer, blah, 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 blah. Read it. We're still going to get copyright struck, but that's our disclaimer. We want you to add your input. We want you to state your opinion. We want you to comment. We want you to tell us what you think of these amazing SCPs. But if you're abusive, offensive, or just a jerk, we will block you. We will delete you. We will cut you off, just like Lorraine Bobbitt, that great seer. Don't be afraid to cut people off. Jessica doesn't know who Lorraine Bobbitt is. So I do want to talk about my cool shirt that I'm wearing. So my favorite podcast or YouTube channel is Jim and Them. I got this great shirt from them. They are a fantastic comedy podcast. They do a lot on Corey Feldman. They do stuff on other things. And you can get some amazing shirts at jimandthem.com, which includes this amazing Corey Feldman being chased by monster truck shirt. So make sure you check them out. Normally we rank movies, TV shows, toys, and stuff. So this one's going to be a little tougher. We have 5 categories. Our S category, which is...
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
So our S category is the top. So Jessica, my thought is for these SCPs, this is probably the coolest one. Like this is the one that kind of sets the standards as far as scary, original, well-told, well-constructed. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, very good. And then we have our A category.
Good, great, awesome, outstanding, amazing.
So A is going to be a really cool SCP, but not necessarily the GOAT. So it's going to be a cool SCP, but not the GOAT. All right, then we've got C.
I mean, it's all right.
So C is average. So they're going to be cool SCPs, but, not anything really memorable. Then we've got F.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
F means it's a dumb SCP. It's just dumb, right? And then finally there's Z.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
So Z means it's what the heck? Why was it created? Doesn't make sense. It's just absolute garbage. So that's going to be the way we rank these SCPs. What is an SCP? So let's talk about SCP. The SCP Foundation is a secret organization tasked with locating, containing, and studying paranormal, supernatural, extraterrestrial, and reality-breaking phenomenon known as SCPs, which stands for Special Containment Procedures, is the most common accepted in-universe meaning. SCP Foundation operates in the shadows to protect humanity from the things that could destroy civilization, distort reality, or expose the public to truths that would cause global panic. Their motto is secure, contain, protect. The Foundation captures dangerous anomalies and stores them in heavily guarded facilities called sites or areas. Is that correct, Jess?
Yeah.
Okay. And again, the X-Files theme song was very appropriate because this is basically Gen Z and Gen Alpha's version of the X-Files. It really is. So the anomalies are the anomalies. So there's monsters, which are beings that are hostile, predatory, or fundamentally inhuman. Then there's haunted objects, items imbued with paranormal properties or malevolent intent. Okay? Then there is reality warping entities. Entities are forces that distort, alter, or rewrite the laws of reality. There's alternate dimensions. These are actual realms or places of existence separate from our own. So they're still classified as SCPs, but they're actual locations, realms, or planes of existence. Then we go to cursed locations, places that exhibit harmful, unexplainable, or supernatural effect. These are locations. So altered dimensions are physical dimensions or planes, and then you've got cursed locations. Impossible phenomena, events or phenomena that violate the known laws of science, and cosmic or eldritch horrors. Thank you, H.P. Lovecraft. Ancient, vast beings or forces beyond human comprehension. All right, so the SCP universe has no single official canon. Has no single official canon. Much of the horror comes from the contrast between bureaucratic language and terrifying subject matter, which are included in these articles. So SCP Foundation, how SCP articles are written. SCP articles are written as confidential Foundation documents. Each entry follows a standard format to ensure clarity, consistency, and secure information handling. You've got your object class, which we'll talk about that in a second, where the anomaly classifies as, how to contain it, its full description, then any incident reports that correspond, test logs by the scientist, and then interviews and addenda. So those are interviews with people and also addendums that they may add as well. So let's talk about the main object classes, Jess. SCP object classes, there's safe. Those are secure ones, right?
Mm-hmm. They're they're easy to interpret. Like, they're able to kind of know all the moves they have and keep it contained much more simpler.
Okay. And then what's Euclid?
Euclid is like the iffy, like, you know, like how seasonal depression is a thing.
Okay.
Like, kind of like that. Like, you'll have like a good time, but then there's like, it just hits and something goes wrong.
So unpredictable.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Keter?
They're more of the dangerous ones. Like, they don't really have enough on how to secure them. They have weird ways of like escaping facilities or using like psychology on like the doctors or like subjects there. So yeah, they're pretty dangerous.
Okay. And then Thaumiel?
I actually don't know. I only know up to the Keter. I know Apollyon is more like of the
They're like
unnatural
apocalyptic,
things.
right?
Yeah, like the
And
unnatural
I
things.
think the Thaumiel are the ones they actually use to contain the other creatures, the other SCPs.
Yeah.
Okay. So that would be use a containment tool, maybe anomalous or non-anomalous. Critical. So these work with the SCP. The Thaumiel, if I'm saying that correctly, work with the SCP. Okay. Very cool. Thank you, Jessica.
Mm-hmm.
So the SCP universe blends cosmic horror, which H.P. Lovecraft, Stephen King, science fiction, government conspiracy, existential dread, religious and metaphysical ideas, dark comedy, I have seen that, certain levels of philosophy, and of course the paranormal and supernatural. So it includes all of those. They blend all of those items. Now, not every single SCP will have all of these, but will have one or more of these. Correct, Jess?
Yeah, sometimes they're just straight, like, whichever, like, one's just dark comedy.
Right, gotcha.
It's really more like, I want to say, the religious ones normally have like the extra, like religious can go with the government or science fiction, and then the paranormal goes with like cosmic horror.
So they try to match them up where they would make
Yeah.
sense. So we're going to go over each SCP. I'm going to go over what the SCP is capable of. Jessica, you put your 2 cents in, and then we're going to rank it on our tier chart where we think it would rank as far as S, A, C, F, and Z. Now remember, S, A, and C, the best ones are toward the front. For F and Z, the worst ones are to the front. So everybody remember that. The first one is SCP-106. Jessica, can you tell us about this one? Do you know about the SCP-106?
Yeah, so like SCP-106, he's an old man technically, but he's not your average old man. He's more like probably like a week or two in the coffin old man type. That's like the best way to describe it. He has, I think, another realm, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he has a pocket dimension.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he can like, I don't know if they said he could squeeze through walls. Like
He teleports almost.
yeah,
He passes
like
through
but he
solid
makes
matter.
yeah. Now he likes to terrorize his victims, because he'll actually take them into the little realm he has, and then let them go just to chase them back into the realm.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And what makes it dangerous at like the facility is they don't really have a way to contain him. Like they just have things to get him back into his cell.
Right. I think when he teleports out, like Nightcrawler's got that big poof of purple sulfur or whatever. When he teleports through, it actually he leaves back this like black mucus like slime that corrodes anything. And the SCP believe that that's what he uses on prey he captures to basically slowly digest them.
Yeah.
And then he kidnaps them to his pocket dimension and then eats them.
Now, this is like from one YouTube video I saw a long time ago. It just came to my head about this one.
Uh-huh.
I think they said he can actually turn into other corpses.
There's other what?
Like corpses. Like, you know, dead bodies.
Oh, can he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's freaky.
I heard something about that. It was like in this little animation I watched on YouTube.
He does tend to randomly let some victims go and just to rehunt them again.
Yeah.
Which is really freaky.
Now, but one thing that's cool, do you know about the subjects they use when they're trying to like basically do experiments?
No, hit me.
Okay. So they're basically death row inmates.
Okay.
And they're able to be subjected to experiments with the SCPs to see what they do.
So they use them as guinea pigs.
Yeah, like as bait and guinea pigs.
That's wonderful.
So like in this case, they use them as bait because they'll put them through enormous amount of pain, so they scream, and it draws him back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So their anguish, is it their anguish or their actual screams that bring him back?
Their anguish.
Okay.
He likes pain.
So he feeds off of the pain.
Yeah.
So that in that way he's a lot like Freddy Krueger and Pinhead and all that.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So what would you rank him, Jessica, as a? For me, he seems like a goat. I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say a C.
You think he's C?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's predictable in my eyes.
So you feel like he's not as original as he could be.
Yeah.
And it feels like they did combine a lot of pre-existing elements into him. So guys, so you know, one more thing is whenever I have a guest co-host, or if Rob's on, they get the call. So if they say C, we go with C. If I go A, they go with A. So we allow the guest to make the call. So he would be a C. And I'll show the bracket in a second. Let's get a couple more on there before we show the bracket. SCP-096. Is this the one, Jessica, that I see in those games where he screams? Like people attack him and then he's like indestructible and he just chases you and tries to kill you? So SCP-096 is normally extremely docile, with pressure sensors inside its cell indicating it spends most of its day pacing by the eastern wall. However, When someone views, this is the one, when someone views SCP-096's face, whether it be directly or via video recording, mirror, or photograph, it will enter a stage of considerable emotional distress. SCP-096 will cover its face with its hands and begin screaming, crying, and babbling incoherently. Approximate 1 to 2 minutes after the first viewing, it will begin running to the person who viewed its face. And then again, once it grabs him, it will attack him and kill them. Called the Shy Guy. And if you see his face, you're pretty much effed. Well, Jess, what would you rank him?
I'm gonna go under F.
You think he's the F?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
The only reason I say
Yeah,
that
give me your reasoning behind that.
is because there's a lot of different adaptions that
Right.
people use. So I feel like it's not a brand new idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a good interpretation,
Right.
but it's not something that's like, wow, mind blown.
All right, so this one gets an F. Again, still going to hold off on the brackets. So next up is SCP-610. This is my favorite SCP. Papa Meat does an entire episode on this. This is the flesh that hates. This report consists primarily of disappearances of farmers in the region and were not considered into local police, followed by the regional police, and finally a government dispatched agent. All failed to report within a 72-hour period. A small military contingent was dispatched to the area and quickly withdrew, at which point the Foundation was contacted to investigate. SCP-610 effects is close to Lake Baikal in southern Siberia. Areas of known infection are marked on a map provided to us. Containment perimeters are marked in blue. Okay. SCP-610 appears to be a contagious skin disease at first, with symptoms including rash, itching, and increased skin sensitivity. Within 3 hours, the disease will cause blemishes resembling heavy scar tissue to form in the crest and arm areas, spreading to the legs and back within an additional hour, consuming the victim completely within 5 hours. Exposure to high temperatures vastly decrease the time for the contagion to spread, and complete infections have been recorded occurring in those 5 minutes. In the story, this takes over the whole town, and actually, as it takes over, it seems to gain sentience. And if you watch the Papa Meat video, it actually begins to develop its own religion. It's really crazy. It's kind of a mix between The Thing, Event Horizon, The Blob, Silent Hill. What do you think of this one, Jessica?
I do like this one. This is gonna sound bad and weird. I like how it like morphs on like a human.
Yeah.
Like how it slowly takes over, and then when it does finally take over, it's like fast.
Yeah.
I like that. So I would give it an A.
And I think the more that it melds, it actually starts to meld people together.
Yeah.
So you have arms and legs and all that mixed together. But it's extremely contagious. Apparently SCP has it contained. I wonder how they have it contained.
Well,
Go ahead.
I like the reason I put that at an A is because, like you said, with the story, how it took over the town and then like people became like made a religion.
Right.
I think that's very interesting. Cults.
Yeah.
It's like it slowly takes over and like
Yeah.
takes up the whole community or town.
Yeah, it takes the whole town.
Yeah.
It says after completion of the infection occurs, the victim's life functions will cease for approximately 3 minutes. So you die for 3 minutes, and then you restart at 2 to 3 times the activity rate of a normal human. Following this, the scar tissue on the victims will start to move of its own accord and grow at a rapid rate. So the actual infection then separates from the host organism and begins to spread on its own. Normal human features start to disappear at this point on the infection, and the path of mutation appears to be largely random. Subjects observed in this stage of infection have been recorded as growing 3 or more limbs of a such type, such as arms or legs. The head may become misshapen, elongated, or widen out, and parts of the subject may split open, from which additional branches of flesh will grow. The duration of this stage of infection is unknown, and not all subjects will progress. Later stages, it will consume all objects, but the objects cannot spread the infection. It has to be a living creature. However, prolonged contact with objects can create a problem. And it seems like they've got it contained within the settlement, but no one is allowed to enter. So it's not airborne, it does require contact. There is a hive mind present, but I don't think it can travel far away from.
Well, also, I mean, like you said, it doesn't fully take over objects. It
No,
just spreads.
covers them. Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, like you said, it can cause a problem, but obviously it needs like an actual living organism
Yep.
to like kind of survive. And if you're thinking about the town it's contained in, all of the like the living things are dead. It's literally just that's there.
Right. And apparently it can be destroyed with fire, or at least it can be contained or slowed by fire. So you say an A, Jess?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would give it a goat, but again, we're gonna give it the A. Yeah, that it's one of my favorites. It's probably my favorite of all of them that I've researched. So really, really cool. All right, next up is 4666. This is the Yule Man. Jessica, why don't you give us your rundown on this? I've got some facts, but I'd like to hear your rundown.
I picked this one because I didn't know this one, and I thought it'd be interesting to like
He looks like
figure him out.
Krampus.
Yeah, that's why I think it's interesting.
Yeah.
But I mean, he kind of is like he comes around on December 25th.
He does?
Yes.
Okay.
He's not like a big human or entity. He's 7 foot. So I mean, he's 1 foot taller than the average like male or
Right.
something.
It says his activity occurs exclusively within a period of 12 consecutive nights every year from the night of December 21st to the night of January 2nd.
Yeah.
So 12 days of Christmas kind of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, keep going,
And
Jessica.
he gives a present, and the present is what actually like can kill the victim. So it's like whatever he has in the gift.
Will kill all members of the family save for one child under the age of 8, whom it will abduct. It will inflict incapacitating injuries on family members while they are sleeping, then herd them into a single room of the dwelling where it will proceed to kill them in view of each other. The method of killing varies with the event and will typically be preceded by some form of torture, which appears to be ritualistic. In the second scenario, it will not harm the family. Family members will report hearing footsteps inside the dwelling during the night. Through no signs of forced entry will be found. In the morning, children discover presents for their bed. These will consist of toys crudely crafted from the remains of Oh my God! These consist of toys crudely crafted from the remains of human children.
Yeah.
So Jessica's correct. The gift, even though they're getting a gift, it's a toy made from. It's people.
It's people.
It doesn't say why he picks, whose family he picks and he doesn't. So it seems to be random, or it's a program that he's following that has not been determined.
Yeah, and the only thing that relates him to Krampus or Santa Claus is just the fact he comes on
at
Christmas.
Anyhow.
But like they don't know his origin.
Jessica, where do you rank this one?
I would give it an A.
Okay, so we got 2 A's. I still think the flesh that hates is a better one. So I think he should get top billing. Do you agree?
Oh yeah.
Jessica is a very tough critic, so she's not gonna just give goats to anybody. All right, next up is 939. He's a bird-like creature.
Yeah, but he kind of looks like if a bird and dinosaur are mixed together.
He definitely looks. Yeah, I agree.
Like a moderate
He's cool
bird.
looking. He's definitely cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, they're pack-based predators too. They stand 6 feet tall. They weigh 250 kilograms. Each of their 4 limbs they have 4 limbs. Each one end in 3-fingered claws, talons, with a 4th opposable digit, and are covered in setae, which considerably augments climbing ability. Their heads are elongated, devoid of even vestigial eyes or eye sockets, and contain no brain casing. Their jaws are lined with red, faintly luminescent fang-like teeth.
What I do find interesting about
The
this one
viperfish.
is the effects it has. It only it kind of just disrupts the brain. Like you get memory loss.
It doesn't tear you apart, right? It just
Which I find super interesting
it
because
also lures prey in by imitating a human voice
yeah,
of
it
its
says
prior victims.
yeah, so kind of like a mimic.
It kills its victims by scrambling their brains and driving them crazy.
Yeah, and that the only effect would be the memory loss
Yeah.
if you
Memory
survived.
loss wipes your brain like a magnet wipes a cassette tape or a cell phone if it's too close to it. It starts with disorientation and mild hallucinations.
But that's if they entertain the voice that it does, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
No, it mimics the voice of its last victim.
Yeah,
So,
but
yeah.
do you have to like interact with it?
Yes. Or either it stores the voices of its prior victims, or it just mimics the sound of its last victim. So it's
Mhm.
one or the other.
I feel like they could do a lot more with this one.
Yeah, I feel like they kind of fell a little short on this one.
I felt like they were just trying to probably create something new and didn't know where they were going.
No, I gotta say before we go any further, whoever's writing these, very creative. I mean, these are really. I don't know why no one has picked these up to do like an anthology series, like 13 Ghosts or something like that. The only thing I could think of is because they're maybe it's a rights issue. Maybe they can't ascertain the rights to these creatures or these stories because they belong to somebody. Maybe they don't want to go through the rigmarole. I don't know.
I don't know. When I'm thinking of when you haven't seen like a movie or TV show about this, I'm thinking of the fact that what the graphics would look like, what they would do for the costumes.
Yeah,
I feel like this would be expensive.
They would be awesome. Again, they could, instead of doing the remake of the X-Files series, they could have done SCP, and it would have been, I think everybody would have watched it. I think it would have been a hit. I thought it scrambled your brain completely. It just causes temporary amnesia.
Yeah, that's if you survive.
Wow, it has no organs, nervous system, circulatory system, and digestive tract are all absent.
Yeah, so that makes it interesting because if it's not something that needs to eat, then why kill?
Oh, wow, Jessica. It's able to imitate its victims without hearing them speak. So apparently it can read their minds. Prey is usually killed with a single bite to the cranium or neck. When it starts scrambling your brain, it apparently bites you and breaks your neck. If you survive it, you have temporary amnesia. But it doesn't eat anything. It's completely self-sufficient. That's actually a cool aspect. So where would you put this one, Jess?
I don't want to put it as the goat.
Okay.
I want to put it as egg. I
So
feel like there
is
needs to be more.
Is it scarier than the Yule Man?
Yeah.
Okay, but is I still think the flesh that hates is better.
Yeah. No, it's scarier than the Yule Man because, like you said, it's self-sufficient.
So we got 3 A's, 1 C, 1 F for Jessica. It's a street art graffiti depicting the form of a humanoid creature that looks like an owl. The pose is variable, but tends to be a predatory stance with eyes that track the viewer. Anyone viewing this image directly will experience a compulsion to investigate it further. They can describe a nervous fascination, a desire to move closer. This can be resisted with effort, but it takes a lot. If a subject approaches within 2 meters and is not in the line of sight of another person, they will be subject to a violent attack, suffering severe lacerations, dismemberment of extremities, full and partial removal of soft body parts, and penetrating head trauma consistent with those that would be inflicted by a large beak or talons. The attack takes 6 seconds, and the creature and the victim will then vanish. And SCP-1155 will reappear elsewhere in this usual manner of relocation event with 7 days. So it reappears in 7 days. Attacks can be halted before the event by reestablishing line of sight to the victim, but that is not recommended. So in other words, it can't attack you unless you're the only one. If somebody else sees the victim, it won't attack.
Yeah, I also think it's interesting that if you survive this, like say you get to the hands and feet are amputated, you're done for.
Yeah.
You're done for. You survive that, can't do nothing, you know? I don't even think I would want to be alive at that point.
So with your statement about them using death row victims, apparently during the attack, the victim's eyes and tongue are removed. Then it amputates the hands and feet. Then it will be then it gets disemboweled, and then death usually follows due to shock or rapid blood loss. You make contact with the victim as they're being killed. They won't disappear, and they just stay in that. They die in that state. But if there's no one around or no one to view it, they get sucked into, I guess, a portal and disappear after they're killed. So that's terrifying. Because I mean, these graffitis everywhere. Could you imagine? What would you rate this one?
I think this one is scary because I mean,
No,
graffiti is a big thing. I love certain memorial arts that they do. I think that would be really scary if you went by one. Maybe it didn't even look like an owl. It looked like a person. It's just It's the thought that they're on every corner and you wouldn't know if you're gonna run into this,
Right.
you know? And I
Yeah.
think that puts it at like a S.
Yeah, it would be a goat because basically the only way to stop it is somebody has to witness it, and even if they witness it, depending on how far the attack was, you're probably not going to survive it.
No.
So that's freaky. So that's our first goat. Way to go, Jess. No, I agree. I think hands down. I still think the flesh hates is a goat, but this is a goat too.
No, because they can't really contain this one, right?
No, I can't imagine how they would
Yeah.
contain it.
Because, yeah, no. That's scary to think about. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like everyone can agree. Graffiti is like everywhere almost.
Yeah, I mean, and it can there be the question would be, can there be multiples? Like, can
Yeah.
it multiply itself?
Mm-hmm.
That's
And you don't know if they've even found that out either.
a one-dimensional being that when it attacks can become 3 and then eventually 4th dimensional. That's freaky. That's Lovecraftian without a doubt. All right, so next up is 4975. Looks a little bit like the bird one again, but it's
But this one
not-
looks more like a bird.
It does look more like a bird, like a humanoid bird.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it looks like a defeathered bird or like the embryo of a bird that is a humanoid element to it.
This one does have an origin.
What's the origin, Jess?
It originates in Germany.
Okay.
The nursery rhyme is crack, 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 the neck turns, never back.
Oof.
One by one, from back to front, who hears it and stays alone will not return home.
It dates back to 1863.
That kind of reminds me, have you seen The Conjuring? A part of the movie franchise, a nursery
That's not
rhyme?
the Crooked Man, is it?
Yes, The Crooked Man.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Like
Yeah.
the Crooked Man, but a bird version.
Yeah.
Apparently, it stalks its victims sometimes as long as 10 months or more. And it kills its victims by means of its appendages, which it uses to bludgeon and tear at the victim's body. It will always eat the cadaver afterward. An average adult human appears to last it about 3 months. So it feeds and can stay fed for 3 months, which is why it's able to stalk for so long. It has thick, hardened skin, has the beak. Its body structure is long and thin overall, and its limbs taper off into formless extremities, lacking distinct digits. So they're almost like, yeah, they're like misshapen hands. It produces a clicking or cracking sound with each movement. Ugh, golly, that just, again, why are we not making movies on these? So what would you rank this bad boy?
I'm going to be honest with you. It's
Yeah.
giving F.
You think it's F?
Yeah.
Even though it's, all right,
It's your usual stalking person, you know,
okay.
learn your movements.
Like a mutated version of a typical monster. Do you think it's worse or better than the Shy Guy?
Better.
Okay. Terrific. All right. Well, he's going to go right there.
Because the cracking sound.
Yep.
That's definitely something interesting.
Yep. So we've got 3 A's now and 2 F's. Next up is 173. And this one.
I like this one. Can I tell this one?
Yeah, absolutely. No, you can tell. Well, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. This one's funny to me. So basically it's this tall figure and you can't be alone in the room by yourself with the SCP. You have to have 2 people in there because they have to maintain direct eye contact. So like, you know, the weeping angels from Doctor Who?
Doctor Who, yep.
It's kind of like that, but you can have 2 people and get out alive. The weeping angels you can't really escape.
Right.
But those are also SCPs.
Yeah.
This entity can't move within a direct line of sight. It can't be broken.
So if you turn away from it, it comes after you.
Yes,
So as
like
long as you're
really
staring at it.
fast.
Okay. So as long as you're staring at it, it's safe, which means you can never take your eyes off it.
Yeah. So they keep it locked in a room so they can walk out.
Mm-hmm.
But if one person breaks the eye contact, boom, that person's dead.
So they have to walk out of the room backwards,
And they both have to look at it.
and then they close the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because what it does is snaps the person's neck once it gets to it.
Right.
And that's how like the person dies, because obviously,
Mhm.
you know, you just broke the neck. That's really it about it. It's just really dangerous because you can't go in there by yourself. If you do, you have to have another person. Neither one can break eye contact. And if you do, you die.
Wow, that's freaky. And also, it's surrounded by around the floors is a reddish brown substance, which is feces and blood. I'll learn English in a second. but the origin of those materials are unknown. All right, so Jessica, where's this one going? You
Gonna
seem
be
to like
honest
this one
with
a
you,
lot.
this is a C.
A C? Okay.
Yeah. Not because it's not that I don't like it, I do like it. I like the fact that it's not one of those slow kills, it's a fast kill.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also as soon as you break that eye contact, it just like in like a snap of a finger gets
Right.
to you.
Now, is it better or worse than the old man?
It's better. I
Okay.
just like the way it moves.
No, I agree with you. I think it's a cool concept. I think it's a really cool concept. All right, guys. Jessica, now it's the season F's are tied and A is still in the lead. No Z's yet. That's always a good thing. All right, next up is 303, which is the doorman.
Doorman. This one's creepy because it reminds me of the boogeyman.
I think it's designed to make. I think it's based off the boogeyman. So this one, a nude, sexless, emaciated humanoid figure with reddish brown skin. Instead of normal facial features, its head is dominated by an extremely large mouth, which bears a set of oversized human teeth. It continually vocalizes a wheezing noise loud enough to be heard from the other side of most solid doors. All individuals who have encounters with SCP-303 are capable of describing it in full, including individuals who have not physically seen any part of it. I guess just by the sound.
Mm-hmm.
It will periodically materialize behind any closed door, hatch, or other entryway barrier opposite a sentient observer, chosen by unknown means. It will remain behind the door for an indeterminate amount of time. Any attempt to open the door or barrier, the individual experiences intense paralyzing fear that lasts until SCP-303 dematerializes, either on its own or to avoid being directly seen by another observer. The source of this fear is not clear, but appears to be similar in nature to arachnophobia, originating on a preconscious genetic level. Analysis indicates that SCP-303 is not, in fact, purposely inducing fear in the affected individuals. This is a byproduct of its existence. It's never allowed more than one individual to view more than 10% of its form. When the entryway or barrier is partially or completely transparent, it will materialize in an orientation that leaves 10% or less of its body visible or cause effects of fog or frost on the transparent surface to achieve the same effect. SCP-303 is approached from a direction in which there is not a solid object or door breaking line of sight. It will dematerialize. It doesn't look like it kills people. Does it, Jessica?
No, it just seems like it's
a Euclid.
Yeah, because I don't think it's dangerous. It's just more like a peeping Tom. No, I feel like if they normally don't say that, I feel like it's normally because it hasn't done no harm, but they don't know about
They
it.
haven't seen a documentation of it hurting
Yeah.
anybody yet. Okay.
And they just
That
don't
makes
know.
sense. Yeah.
Because I mean, it is just observing. That's definitely creepy.
Yeah.
No one would want to go down a long hallway and see
even
something.
10% of that.
Yeah. I feel like this could have been a great place to have an origin story.
Yeah, I think it's a Z. I don't know, just what do you think? You think it's bad enough to be a Z, or?
I would say no, because this feels like it's definitely more of they can add stuff on.
Okay.
Because a lot of time SCPs actually do move up in classes.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is more of this is a
This is
story waiting to be
Yeah.
told.
Yep. Yeah.
It's a concept for now that this is like a weird looking humanoid, as we could call it.
It's unfinished.
It watches its victims. It doesn't do anything, but it seems like they don't know enough about it.
Right.
So I feel like it wouldn't be a Z because of that. It feels like there's definitely could be more added to the story.
So where would you place it?
I would put it like on the F.
Okay.
Just because it's unfinished.
Do you think it's the worst of the F so far?
Yeah.
Okay. It does look like the fairies off of Hellboy. It does look like the fairies. If everyone has ever seen a Hellboy movie, the Tooth Fairies. It looks like the Tooth Fairies. All right, let's take a look at the brackets. Now F's and A's are tied. Next up is 965. It occurs within frame windows, so it's not the window itself. It takes the shape of a shadowed face of an apparent pale-skinned male. Will only appear when the relative lighting on the outside of the window falls below 5 candelas. regardless of the lighting on the inside. It cannot move from one glass plane to another, even within the same installation. Its initial effects causes unease, nervousness, and low-grade paranoia. Duh! It's a face in a window. An individual that is sleeping in the area visible by SCP-965, when it manifests, will invariably have dreams of a disturbing nature. So you don't have to see it, as long as it makes visual contact with you. It can affect your dreams. 3, but never more than 10 dream cycles per onset. Causes heartburn and abdominal pain. Then they begin to vomit blood or blood in their bodily wastes. Causes ulcers and low-grade hemorrhaging through varied locations in the gastrointestinal tract. Once you advance to that stage, you will have continued experiences of the manifestation in windows during dreams, as well as in peripheral vision while awake, even if you're removed from the vicinity.
And they have it contained. That does sound dangerous because of what it does to the brain and the body.
But is it doing that intentionally, or like the other one, is it just a byproduct of its very presence? So wherever it's from, whether it's another dimension or an alien, because it's interacting with the physics of our world, it's creating that issue, and it may not be an offensive tactic. It could either be a defensive mechanism, or just because of its presence, it emanates that kind of energy.
Yeah, but it's still dangerous because it's like, even though it's not because it wants to cause harm, it's still the fact that of the damage it does.
Yeah.
And I think it's just in the lesser class before dangerous, elusive, just because of the fact that it's unintentional.
It's like the doorman. That we don't have enough information to classify it as, could it be something greater? What would you rank it, Jesse?
I mean, it's definitely scary because of all like the brain damage and the physical damage and the trauma afterwards. Definitely scary because why is someone staring through my window?
Yeah, exactly.
It just shows up at a perfect timing.
The lighting has to be just perfect. Yeah.
I think that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if we're being honest, like you could go up to any window and see someone through your window, you know? So the fact that it has to hit a certain light to even be reflected.
Right. And the fact you don't have to see it, if it's in the window and makes visual contact with you, it can invade your dreams.
Yeah, so it makes it seem like, yeah, you could be right. It's some type of like universe, multi-universe realm type issue.
Yeah.
They just haven't expanded on that.
Yeah.
I think I would put it at a C. It's scary. It has a story.
Next up is SCP-2718. This is the agonizing nature of death that makes you wish for oblivion. Highly, highly dangerous. So
apparently the SCP is kind of in your consciousness. Your mind/consciousness remains in your corpse after you die, causing you to feel your body decaying,
oh my God,
being eaten, etc. It doesn't stop when your body is destroyed. So you're in agony, like basically hell.
So it's basically hell on earth.
They resurrected somebody, and they were able to know what.
So,
it
but is
felt
identified? Is it a virus? Is it a supernatural force? Is it an entity? Is it just something that's like an X-Men gene that you're just born with? Does it give you any kind of idea of where it comes from? This is the most horrific one I think we've talked about yet.
They don't know anything because if you try and comprehend it, it actually causes you harm.
Okay, so this is very Lovecraftian, very eldritch. Feels, because it doesn't have a form or a shape, and the fact that to try to comprehend it brings about madness. It's very eldritch horror, very Lovecraftian.
Yeah, they have the knowledge because of someone who was resurrected and was able to tell them about the experience.
Yeah.
But it definitely seems like it's an entity that's able to keep your conscious state in the body.
Yeah, that's frightening.
And so if you think about that, if you're still able to feel, then yeah, you would probably be in agonizing pain because
like
of
you said, it's hell
decomposition.
On earth. It's hell on earth. It's the worst version of immortality.
Yeah,
where would you rank it?
I like the fact that it doesn't have too much on it because that's what gives it that horror
mystery
aspect.
Yeah, I got you.
I would definitely put it up as at an S.
Okay. Is it better than the graffiti or worse?
You know what? Better.
All right, guys, there's where we're at. Jessica added her second S. Being stingy with the S's, that's a good thing. But we've got 2 S's, 3 A's, 3 C's, and 3 F's. So.
We give credit where credit is due.
All right, next up is 3001.
3001.
3001 is a paradoxical parallel pocket non-dimension accessible through the creation of a momentary broken entry wormhole. It's an infinitely extending parallel universe devoid of any matter and has extremely low Hume level of 0.032, contradicting Kegel's laws of reality with the relation between Humes and space-time. Phenomenon causes matter inside to decay at an extremely low rate, and damage that would otherwise prove fatal does not impede any biological electronic function. You can lose 70% of your body tissue and still operate normally, at least for as long as at least 40% of the brain remains.
If it's prolonged exposure, your body basically disintegrates.
So this would be the one that's not the location, but the realm. This would be a classification of realm.
But also the way that it's saying the body, literally, because of the exposure, I definitely think it has a lot to do with like it's a part of our universe,
right?
And it's just in space.
Well, it's
like a space
It appears on
enemy.
Earth.
Huh?
It appears on Earth.
I know, but the wormhole and like the fact that it has space aspects
Oh, you think
to
it takes you into like space?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
because of the way the body.
I buy that for $1.
I'd buy that for $1.
What would you rate it, Jessica?
It's not that great.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a good C at the bottom of the board.
Okay.
As Abby Lee Miller would say it.
Okay.
At the bottom of the pyramid.
Yeah.
Nia. No, let me stop.
Next up is 3935.
One day I'm gonna make you watch Dance Moms, and we're gonna rank each season.
Watch Dance
So, cause I feel like that would be so funny. That's like the best reality TV show, if I'm being honest. Like, I love that.
So 3935 is called This Thing a Quiet Madness Made. This is a cave located beneath a high school, right?
No, it's reachable.
Oh, underneath the high school.
Yes.
So the cave is the entryway to it.
Yes,
Okay.
they believe the origin. This is believed. It's not like an actual origin.
Mm-hmm.
That it was a source of an anomaly.
Anomaly, okay.
Yeah, and that took place in the high school in the
Okay.
mid 1970s.
Okay. What does it do? I'm not seeing what it does. Is it just
There's no end.
It's just an endless tunnel?
It's with the fact that it decides to grow teeth and breathe. So it's kind of like a dragon.
So it's a living tunnel.
Yeah.
Wow. So basically, the deeper you go in, you're basically being digested.
Yeah.
Can you escape it?
They have witness testimonies.
Yeah. Okay.
So
it's Euclid. So it goes back to what you were saying, Jessica. It just hasn't done anything to get it to Keter class. It may never get to Keter class, but it hasn't done anything at this point to get it to Keter class.
Yeah, but there is an interesting thing. One of the witnesses does state that time does not work.
Well, that would make sense if it's endless.
But that also brings it, is it a realm?
I think it brings it to a realm status. I agree with you. I don't think it's a location. I think it's more of a realm.
Yeah.
So,
Because, I mean, they think it's an anomaly, but it's an activity.
Anomaly.
Okay, well, we're not, I don't say certain words correctly. I don't.
All right, so where would you rate it?
I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, you keep saying that. I want you to be honest with me.
It's kind of boring.
Yeah, it is. Would you count as a Z?
I'm going to give it as a Z.
All right, we got our first Z, guys.
Oh.
All right, guys, here is the current standings. We finally got our Z. C's are still in the lead, and S is in the back. So, but Jessica's being very careful about what she grades an S. Okay, next up is 5,000. This is a suit of armor.
The suit of armor kind of reminds me of Halo, the video game.
It does. It looks like Halo, yeah. It's a
Love it.
non-functional mechanical suit. Absolute exclusion harness. It's designed by the SCP Foundation. It possessed a number of anomalous functions intended to protect and benefit its occupant. Damage inflicted to it in the past means it's currently only capable of basic file storage.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and I know I keep saying that a lot.
Apparently appeared containing a corpse genetically identical to Foundation employee Pietro Wilson, but he's still alive. He has no memory of it, so apparently it's from the future.
Which is very interesting. I do like that concept.
It's actually something the SCP would use against other SCPs. So
And see, that's where a storyline would be perfect.
yeah, there's not enough story to it. Yeah,
And there could be more. It's unfinished.
it's obviously Pietro.
I'm not gonna give it a Z because it's not. It is boring. I'm not gonna lie.
Give it an F.
But if it's something that can help the SCP and it's from the future, obviously that means a lot. And that could really go to like that one that's on the S, the one
Yeah.
that we have no explanation of.
Yeah,
It could go for that because it's a suit that protects.
yeah,
So it does have an unfinished story.
it does. Yeah,
It is on the last of the S. No,
Fs,
on the
Fs.
F.
Yeah, Fs.
Yeah, it's the last though.
Okay. All right, that makes sense. Next up is SCP-001. It's the sun, right?
Destination given to the sun.
Okay. But if you look at the diagram, it looks like it actually causes damage. The sun turns into a cognito hazard, melting all life into a hive mind amalgamation. It's also called When Day Breaks or SD Locks Proposal. So does this mean the sun all of a sudden turns into this hazard?
No, because it's not the sun. It's a designation of the sun.
What does that mean?
So I feel like it could be like a star, like a sunspot on the sun.
So it's part of the sun?
Yeah, because it's not saying it is the sun.
So did it commit this act once before? Is it a sentient entity that is hostile? Is it just an effect of its existence? What's your thoughts? Because I'm not seeing much on it.
From what I'm getting, like the solar eclipse where you can't look at the
Yeah.
sun. That's what it's kind of giving.
So if you look at it, you just melt? Everything melts?
No, you're gonna melt regardless.
Okay.
Um,
So if it occurs, you're doomed.
but it says it's under safe, which I don't believe is accurate. No, because they do have guidelines in place of this. Apparently, you can
How do you protect yourself from the sun if it's so hot it melts everybody? That's why I was very confused by it. It looked really cool, and I thought, let's use this one. But the more research I did, the more it seemed to make less and less sense.
It's just visible. No, it's the light exposure. So you could get inside, black out curtains, keep the sun out, you'll be fine.
Okay, so if you could find a safe area that's free from sunlight, you would survive.
And this entity doesn't always come out, by the way.
Okay. It just seems like there's a lot missing from the story. So
I think it's such a big concept that it's hard to put
I think
an
it's
actual story
too
together.
ambitious.
It's
This takes a lot of meat.
So it
to make it
killed
make sense.
6 billion people.
Yeah, who?
The sun.
No, but who did it kill? I know
People.
Jessica.
Casualties.
I know who. I know it killed people. I know they're casualties, but did it happen during a certain time in our existence on Earth? Did it happen on another planet? Where and when did this happen, and to whom did it happen to? That's the missing pieces.
It was on 2020. That's when it says the year was.
It happened. I don't remember an event that melted everybody in 2020.
Okay, well this is SCPs.
Okay.
This
Is
is
it alternate reality?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there was still 5 million left though.
Okay. Well, almost everybody died.
Yeah.
This feels like this guy who wrote this, or girl, was jealous of how good the Flesh That Hates was and wanted to do something similar, but wanted to make it different enough they couldn't say it was a copy of the Flesh That Hates.
It's definitely I think it's confusing because it
There's not enough
looks
story.
like it is supposed to be the sun, but
Yeah.
it's not saying it's specifically the sun. It's
It could
saying
be
it's a
an
part of the
entity.
sun.
It's a great starting point, launching point for a story, but it feels like someone wrote an outline and never really fleshed it out. But what would you grade it? But I don't know why it's rated safe if it
Well,
killed.
it's rated safe because apparently the Foundation isn't fully putting out the truth on this one. That's what it says.
Yeah.
I would say Z.
Okay. Yeah, I would too. Where would you rate? Is it better or worse than the other one, the tunnel, that you don't like?
The tunnel's better because it had more story.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so it's the top of our Z's. All right, next up, Jessica, is 2935. A space-time anomaly existing within a limestone cave beneath another cave beneath a cemetery near Joppa, Indiana. There were radio signals coming from it. The anomaly is a nearly exact replicate reality of modern Earth in the year 2016, with the exception being that both biological and non-biological, as well as any sentient entities, machines, computers, and other lifelike phenomenon, all ended on April 20th, 2016.
I don't like it.
So it's like a stopgap in time. Does that make sense?
It's giving Last of Us.
I know it does. I think Last of Us is a better story than that.
Like everything just stopped on a certain day because of the virus. Why are we
Stupid.
using caves? Do we need to
Well,
do
I think
caves?
it's because there's both a fear and a fascination with caves.
I don't like cave stories. They do nothing for me.
So what would you rate it, Jess?
A Z.
Okay. And where on the Z chart would you put it?
In between the sun and the other one.
Okay. You think the other one's a little better?
Mm-hmm.
So we now have 3 Z's, which is tied with the A's. 3999. This is an Apollyon. It's our first Apollyon threat.
This is an SCP that cannot be contained.
Yeah, obviously.
Because it's a ZK class end of reality scenario.
A researcher tortured by a chaotic reality bending force in a meta-narrative nightmare. So it's a chaotic reality bending force.
Detected frequency on it with
Yeah.
like help and please. It does have radio signals.
Radio signals, okay.
It's an existence of an alternate state of Earth.
So what do you want to grade it?
Well, I do like one of their theories is launching it into the sun.
Okay.
I do like that. That piques my interest. My interest in it.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go with an F
Okay.
for this one.
All right. Do you want it to be like a lower F? So one of the
Yeah,
better Fs?
lower.
Okay. All right. Next up is 3125. This one looks really awesome. This is Apollyon threat again. Apollyon. I think I'm saying that right. Apollyon threat.
It can't be contained, so it's a non-containable, containable.
Massive,
SCP.
hostile, mimetic entity that destroys the mind of anyone who understands it. This is definitely Lovecraftian, very reminiscent of the eldritch stories.
It also has different mechanics to attacking or infecting its victims.
Oh wow, okay.
You have the memtic exposure.
Okay.
So it's the exposures to ideas or knowledge about it.
Right.
The Oja syndrome manifests. It's soul smoke that
Okay.
emerges,
Soul
infecting.
smoke.
Yeah, like kind of like a gas.
Uh-huh.
There's entity perception. So this is when the SCP actually perceives the observer, and those.
So it's aware of who's around it.
Yes.
Okay.
And there's I don't know how to say that one.
Well, its true form is terrifying, but it looks like Starro from DC Comics. It has a prophet that's a cloaked figure.
They also can't really get this because all knowledge of it can be erased from reality.
Good lord, it's got spiders that come out of it.
Yeah, that's for killing the observer. It also has different forms.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at them right now. It also has a corpse riding a giant monster.
It kind of, the one with the starfish kind of reminds me of like, the pictures where they say, oh, these are what the real angels look like.
The
Yeah.
cherubs, yeah.
That's what it
I'm sure
reminds
it's an
me of.
inspiration for it.
It also has associated entities,
Yeah.
which I think is cool. Basically, if you get caught by this SCP, you're done for. There's
anybody.
nothing anyone could do for you.
Well, this is kaiju level too. It's actually almost planetary level, in some of its forms. So, what would you rate it, Jessica?
I'm gonna go with S for this one
I would think that,
because there's a story.
and it's terrifying.
Yeah, it's the fact that it has allies, different appearances, different ways of attacking.
Where would you rate it among the S's, Jessica?
I would definitely put it like second to first.
Next up is 7179.
The island.
This is safe, right? It's called the Paradise, isn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
It's the eternity option, a paradise afterlife that becomes a terrifying existential prison of unending boring immortality. So it's basically just you live immortally on the island and you can't go anywhere else. I think you have everything you need, but it's just this unending boredom.
I don't like this one.
It seems kind of lame to me. I mean, I get the fact that it would be absolute. Eventually, you become insane because you'd be immortal in this perfect place with nothing to do. I think that's a cool concept to some extent. But where would you rank it?
It's predictable. It's boring.
Yeah, true.
Z.
Where would you rank it?
Z.
Z. Okay.
And it's at the bottom.
So you
Bottom
think,
of the
you think it's
pyramid.
the worst, even worse than the sun. Okay. We're on the last 6 guys. So we got 4 S's now, 3 A's, 4 C's. F's still have the lead, and 4 Z's. So Z and S are tied. SCP-230 is Laugh is Forever, a hidden camera TV show that kidnaps people to distort their bodies into comedic forms. That's freaky.
Could you imagine being just a jester for the rest of your life?
It's an anomalous phenomenon that manifests itself as a television series based on the most popular format currently in use. It inserts itself into automated DVD rental kiosks, file sharing websites, paid on-demand video streaming services, and obviously, eventually, I'm sure, social media. The series title typically appears as Laugh is Fun, although variations of the names such as Laugh is Life or Laugh is Laugh are uncommon. It has no corresponding box art. It mimics art form from other television series, often causing viewers to select it, mistaking it for another program. They run 10 to 12 minutes, the episodes. They feature introductory and closing segments that bookend the hidden camera footage. There's a human adult male, presumed, that serves as the show's host, providing introductory and closing commentary, as well as appearing to victims to reveal they are being filmed for a television series. It wears a royal blue 3-piece suit with black and white wingtip shoes. It refers to itself as Laffy McLafferson. Their prank segments. They vary from the mundane to strange and violent. Researching the identities of the people featured in the show's prank segments have revealed they are persons who are officially documented as having died or gone missing the year they appeared in the program. What do you think of that one? That's kind of interesting, no? You don't think it's kind of a cool concept?
No, I think that one is cool.
Where
I
would you
think
rate
the
it?
concept of getting put into a game show and
And then dying in the
dying.
game show.
That's so
Oh,
great.
there is a movie called Stay Tuned that reminds me of this. It was made in the 80s. It's got John Ritter in it. Anyway, what would you rate it?
A C. No. Yeah, a C.
High C? Low
High C.
Okay, how high you want to go?
All the way. Top of the
Oh,
pyramid.
wow. Okay, I agree. All right. Next up, 3008. The Never-Ending IKEA. So this is not back rooms, correct? This is just an IKEA that you get trapped in there, right?
Yeah, the concept is from the back room.
It
I
is from back
believe.
rooms. Okay, so I'm
Yes.
correct about that.
It's just IKEA format. An endless store of great furniture. I do like this concept.
It seems like the associates have no facial features. They do become violent.
Okay. So
If
they
you come in
chase after.
contact with them, they can become violent.
Okay.
So I guess you're stuck in the store hiding from them.
All right. Is there a way out?
Is known to have one or more exits located within, though these exits do not appear to have a fixed position, making it difficult to leave once inside. However, if you find them, you can escape.
Yeah, it depends on which version you are tackling.
It's a Euclid, but I guess it could be a Keter because if if these weird employees are killing people or getting violent,
Yeah.
what would you rate it?
That definitely makes the story more interesting.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a C.
Where'd
Put
you-
it third to last.
Okay.
The concept is there, the horror is there. It's just not great.
Not all the way there. You'd like it to be.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Next up is 087. This is that stairway that goes nowhere, right? A unit platform, an unlit platform staircase. Stairs descend on a 38-degree angle for 13 steps before reaching a semicircular platform of approximately 3 meters in diameter. Descent direction rotates 180 degrees at each platform. The design limits subjects to a visual range of approximately 1.5 flights. A light source is required for any subject exploring, as there is no lighting fixtures or windows present. Lighting sources brighter than 75 watts have shown to be ineffective, as it seems it absorbs excess light. Subjects report and audio recordings confirm the distress vocalizations from what is presumed to be a child between the ages of blank and blank. The source of the distress calls is estimated to be located approximately 200 meters below the initial platform. However, any attempts to descend the staircase have failed to bring subjects close to the source. The depth of descent calculated from exploration 4, the longest exploration, is shown to be far beyond both the possible structure of both the building and geological surroundings. So they descended below what would be realistically how far you could go. It doesn't have an endpoint. There have been 4 video recorded explorations. Each time they have encountered SCP-087-1, which appears to be a face with no visible pupils, nostrils, or mouth. Its existence is unclear, but is not the source of the pleading. When they come in contact with it, they exhibit feelings of intense paranoia and fear, but it's undetermined to whether said feelings are abnormal or simple natural reactions.
They don't say there's another entity in the stairwell.
Right.
They just say that one.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if the stairwell is not really the entity. I wonder if it is the man that just...
Well, he's not making the sound. So you think the man is actually part of the stairwell?
Yeah.
So the stairwell is actually him.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's interesting. So what would you rate it?
It has a story.
Right.
There could be more.
Right.
It's interesting because of the man.
Yeah.
I will put it at an A.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because...
Do you want to make it a low A?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that is a good setup.
Yeah, it's
for
just
something.
incomplete. Yeah.
Like amazing.
And guys, remember, they add stuff to these stories on a regular. There's addendums and interviews, so these stories are fluid. They grow.
Yeah, because they make, like, there's different buildings for these creatures too.
Right.
It's not just one facility.
Right.
So they have different facilities, and because of that, they're able to track it. So they have all these employees.
Okay.
So I think that's what makes it interesting, with the
Okay.
fact that they can continue.
Let's take a look at rankings. We still have 4 under S, 3, sorry, under S, 4 under A. C is in the lead with 6. F is in a close behind with 5, and Z has 4. Next up is 093. It's a Euclid. It is the Red Sea object, a disk that, when taken through mirrors, leads to a desolate world of legless monsters. It seeks the nearest mirror-like surface and has been observed to travel in the largest possible circle while rolling, building up phenomenal speed. The mechanism of this acceleration is currently unknown. If an obstacle is between SCP-093 and the nearest mirror-like surface, it will use its momentum to punch through the obstacle and continue on its course.
Mm-hmm.
It will only stop when a mirror surface is contacted, or mirror-like surface. Despite the tremendous impact, it will not do any damage to itself.
I do think this is interesting. Also because you can get different colors and they represent
Different thing.
regret and different emotions. So you
Okay.
have regret with guilt, regret with anger, sadness, fear, shame. You hold the object and you pass through the mirror.
Yep.
And also the fact that they all represent a different emotion.
Right.
but it's the bad emotion. It's like they don't have a happy one.
So I wonder if the disc is attracted to somebody with that emotion, or
No.
it changes based on you having that emotion.
It shifts based. You were right. It shifts based on the psychological.
Yeah, that's why I thought the color changes based
Yeah.
on. It's like a mood disc. What would you rate it, Jess?
Oh, see, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Blue represents people who have committed murder or attempted suicide.
Oof.
Green is linked to car theft or murder of 2 children.
Okay. Oh.
And this actually transports them to a green-tinged farming landscape. Violet is tied to a murder of an officer during a drug bust. Yellow is associated with a subject with no criminal background or psychological issues. But the blue one apparently transports the subject to an underground bunker underneath an abandoned house.
So they transfer to different areas, but apparently those monsters exist in those areas. I guess they're the means of your demise.
Or
So
your regret.
what would you rate it?
This is a very interesting one. I like the fact that we're using different psychology.
Yeah.
I like the fact that you can transport, and it basically transports you to a dimension that would represent how a dream would represent
It's
how you're
hell.
feeling. If you're
Yeah.
thinking of nightmares, it actually like correlates perfectly.
So it's
to your
taking you to a
emotions.
nightmare realm, which is another dimension based on your crime, and that crime, the location is symbolic in some way
Yeah.
of that crime or emotion. Very good, Jessica. That's deep.
And I think that is amazing. We're gonna put it on an S.
Oh wow, where are you gonna put on the S?
I'm gonna put it second to top.
All right, next up, 1983.
This is the house that has the entity in it, right?
It's the
It's like
the
the
farmhouse with the entity. Yeah. All right.
They always have to watch the front door of the house.
Okay.
It was abandoned in 1968 after a series of ritual murders. When opened, the building is kind of like a maze. It leads to different areas.
Right. And apparently the only way to kill it, this SCP-1983-2, which is the entity, 1983-2, is silver munitions fired while offering sincere prayer.
Yes.
And it disintegrates the once killed, the bodies, apparently there's multiple of these creatures, the bodies appear to disintegrate, leaving a small layer of sulfur. So there's multiple SCP-19832s that exist within the original entity house, but they can be killed with silver, munitions, and prayer.
Yes.
Combined.
And the entity rips out the human heart,
Oof.
and there's no apparent damage to skin or tissues prior to the extraction.
So it's doing the
yeah,
Temple of Doom. Kalima! Kalima!
Yeah.
So where would you rate this one?
this is a good one. I like it.
Are you gonna make it a go?
No.
Oh.
Don't get too excited.
Get excited.
It's definitely an A
We're on the A chart.
in the middle.
All right, the last one for part 1. Jesse, you ready? 823. This is I like this one.
The carnival.
This is the Carnival. Carnival of Horrors, an amusement park where the attractions cause violent, fatal, and surreal gore. This should be a movie.
This is
the actual
Candyland.
rides kill you, right? Is there creatures that come out?
Yes, they have different.
Mascots that come out?
They have.
Ooh! 2 individuals, male and female, fused together at multiple points after emerging from the tunnel of love.
Mm-hmm.
An individual wearing a happy hippo mascot found dead of suffocation. Their mouth, trachea, and lungs were filled with fibrous substance later determined to be identical stuffing. 15 individuals were all decapitated on the Thriller Chiller roller coaster. Oh, no, 1 individual fell off the ride and died of a broken neck. The House of Mirrors, there was a dismembered body in the House of Mirrors. Left arm was found 16 feet to the north from the torso. Left leg was found inverted and attached to the ceiling by sinews. Right leg was found by the possession of subject 79, partially consumed. Forensic analysis indicates the teeth marks found in flesh and bone of said leg are human. So there are actual people in there?
Yes. I'm surprised this is a lucid.
It killed 231 attendees so far, and 7
This
were
should
injured
be
remaining.
Keter.
It should be Keter, yeah.
just because this is a place that wants to kill.
Yeah.
Um,
You have to wear protective earplugs
yeah,
to enter.
apparently it gives you auditory and visual hallucinations.
Wow. Wow, 50% of their mobile task force died when they were exploring. The commander cause of death, suicide caused by forced sexual entry through the left eye, resulting in unsurvivable brain trauma.
I do like it, but
I think it's a goat.
it's also predictable.
You
We
think it's
got a lot of movies calling back to it.
Oh, okay. All right.
I feel like also I don't like the fact that it's an elucid. It should be a keter.
No, it should absolutely be a keter.
And I feel like that loses points.
They contain it, but they can't go in it. So it's basically
Oh, maybe
cordoned
that's
off.
why it's not
Yeah.
a keter.
It's cool.
But still, that's weird. Okay, I'm not gonna give it an S.
Okay.
It's not a GOAT. Many reasons. This is just like a lot of horror combined into a carnival.
Yeah.
I do like the element of it though. I will put it at an A and put it fourth, like the second to last.
All right, Jessica, you've ranked the first 25. So the top SCP is SCP-2718, followed by SCP-093, SCP-3125, and SCP-1155. Those are your GOATs. In the A category, the top A, SCP-610, the flesh that hates, followed by SCP-939, that's that Jurassic Park avian-looking thing, SCP-1983, which is our kill house, SCP-4666, which is the Yule Man, SCP-823, which is the Carnival, and SCP-087, which is the Stairwell. Our top C is SCP-2030, which is the reality show. SCP-965 is the guy's face in the mirror. SCP-173, which is the statue, which I think is Jessica's one of her favorites. SCP-3008, the never-ending IKEA. SCP-106, the decaying old man. And SCP-3001. The worst of the Fs is SCP-303, which is the doorman. But also in the F category was SCP-096, the shy guy. SCP-4975, which is the naked chicken. SCP-5000, which is the mech suit. And SCP-3999. In the Zs, the top Z is the Paradise, SCP-7179. That was just boring. Followed by SCP-001, SCP-2935, and SCP-3835, which are both two caves.
Yes.
3935, sorry. The two caves, which Jessica did not like. So there is your first 25 rankings. What do you think, Jessica? You think that was good?
Yeah.
All right, fantastic.
I
had a good time.
I think that was thoroughly done.
I agree.
I feel like if you put too many things in the S, I feel like
it dilutes it.
I don't know. I look like for plot holes and what could be added to it potentially.
Yeah. No, great.
That's what makes it for me.
No, great. I think they did a really good job, and I think we covered some really cool SCPs. Again, there should be a television show or an anthology series. It would do very well, and you could do 13 at a time. You do 13 episodes at a time. You know, and
Yeah.
it would be phenomenal. You could do different versions. Like one could be a documentary style, one could be movie style, one could be POV. You know, you could do different versions of for each one. Do a different filming version. Maybe have a different director. There you go, Hollywood. Send me my check. So I think the only reason might be that they might not know the author and therefore they can't get the rights. That's my only thinking as why that hasn't happened yet. Either that or just Hollywood's bankrupt, which we all know it is.
Also, a majority of SCPs aren't fully done yet.
Yeah, but you can have somebody else finish them. I think my favorite, obviously, my two favorites are the Flesh That Hates and the Carnival. Those are my two favorites.
I might have a new one. Hell on Earth.
Oh yeah, that one is
That one.
terrifying.
That might be my new favorite.
Yeah, that would make a terrifying movie.
Just because I don't think I put enough effort into actually looking at that.
No, that's...
know?
Well, Jessica, thank you, my beautiful daughter, for joining me. I can't wait till we do the next one. Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
Okay. You did fantastic, by the way. You did absolutely fantastic. We're going to leave you guys with the trailer for your It, which is available on Tubi. please check it out on Tubi. It's a huge help to us. And also, by special request, we are going to play the Kevin the Kaiju theme song. Kevin the Kaiju is our new mascot, Jessica. You guys have a great night, a great weekend, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
In the neon dawn, a monster city where the roar rolls loud and mean. Kevin the Kaiju walked in slowly, tucked between the cracks and screens. Godzilla laughed, who even knows you? What big screen brought you here? Martha smirked, your poster's missing. Kevin disappeared, but Kevin kept his eyes up high with a gentle light behind his fire. He said, I may not have the fame you chase, but I know love can shake this place. Kevin the Kaiju under the moon, he don't need a crowd to prove he's cool, while the others boast and stomp for clout. Kevin's heart is what it's all about. No kaiju credit, no silver screen, still he's the king of the in-between. When the city falls and the monsters fight, Kevin brings the love and it feels right. They teased him at the lava fountains, called him forgotten in old news. Said your movie never made the posters, nobody's got time for your blues. But Kevin saw the tiny kid with the torn up toy in hand, and he knelt down soft as thunder, made the whole crowd understand. Biggest doesn't mean the best, he said, I'd rather give than flex. If every giant learns to care, we can heal the scars we share. Kevin the Kaiju under the moon, he don't need a crowd to prove he's cool, while the others boast and stomp for clout. Kevin's heart is what it's all about. No kaiju credit, no silver screen, still he's the king of the in-between. When the city falls and the monsters fight, Kevin brings the love and it feels right. And a shadow came, a scream went through the bay. The proud ones froze, but Kevin made a way. He shielded homes with open arms, turned his giant footsteps into charms. And every kaiju, one by one, saw the truth shining like the sun. Kevin the Kaiju, hear the crowd, loudest heart in the monster cloud. He don't need a legend, he don't need a name. He turns every roar into something tame. No kaiju